Yeah, that's right, man. Listen, what happened to all that time you were doing now, clown? Your D-pad still works, don't it? That's what I thought. I told you that time was coming. You was gonna have to swim in that deep water. What you gonna do? You gonna stay down and let me smash dance for you? You never squeeze your beans until it motherfucking burns. Rip it clean off, and then you right in the hole that's left of it. I'm gonna make a vagina out of you today.
So he is with this right hand.
I'm gonna embarrass you.
Given the scope of my opponent today, this monologue might be quite lengthy, so I'll put the timestamp in the description of the video on when the fight starts if you want to skip straight to it. But I do highly advise to take a listen here because I have a whole lot to say, and this is going to be very, very important and directed towards you. And that's where we're going to start this off at is my opponent today, who's known as Iron Ambition, otherwise the pale-faced Polish pussy, who also happens to be the top 5 ranked fighter of all time. Now, no, not in the monthly rankings like some of my biggest detractors like to say. No, not monthly. We're talking of all time. And he had the nerve to be one of the biggest douchebags I've ever played against. Now, I know that I've mentioned before that my job, my role here is to clean up the esports boxing community. And when I say that, I really mean cats like this are people who ruin the experience for others. People like Iron Ambition needs to have his internet taken away from him. Matter of fact, I'll even go ahead and take it a step further. Iron Ambition needs to be taken out back to a back alley and get the shit beat out of him for the type of attitudes and the type of display of behavior that he takes online. I don't tolerate it. And this is the video to show what you really are and your really true colors, which is quite pale to be honest. And that's exactly what you need to be, is pale, because you need to get ghosts from the Fight Night community, because we ain't taking trash like you serious. And there's going to be a lot of surface level simps who are taking everything that I'm saying and are going to tell me that I'm blowing this out of proportion when that could be further for the truth. Because not only is there always a method to my madness, but I also have a reason that I am the way that I am online. There's a reason why I use burner accounts whenever I play the game, and it's for piss ants like him, Iron Ambition. Now, I'm going to give you the backstory of this, so we're going to take this off of me for a second. So I was tuning in to Fight Night's Finest stream yesterday, and he had an unfortunate encounter with Iron Ambition, my opponent that you're about to see in this fight. He had an unfortunate encounter with him where Iron Ambition was just being the most unprofessional, disrespectful asshole I've ever seen, especially for someone with a top 5 status. Now, I can understand if someone were to be like that towards me because I talk a lot of trash, I get it. But to be like that towards someone like Fight Night's Finest, who's one of the most humble, respectful Fight Night YouTubers in the game, it doesn't make sense. Especially when he continuously puts out content that is intended for people to learn, and content that's intended for people to grow from. Because I'll be honest with you, when I had my fight with him, I learned something. I grew from it. I practiced. And now I'm even a much more dangerous threat than I was back then. But you'll see where Iron Ambition was just being the biggest asshole on the planet. All in his ego. Bragging about beating Fight Night's Finest with a 13 or 10 point overall difference, which is impossible to come from in Fight Night Champion, especially against Mike Tyson. But Iron Ambition really had the nerve to sit here and talk trash to Fight Night's finest and act like he was really doing something and being big Billy badass over beating someone who was way lesser than because he needed to feel good about himself. I'm gonna show you the clip first off before I go further into this, so you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's roll the footage.
I don't think he's that good of a player. The only reason I haven't been knocked out yet is because he's not trying to knock me out. He's having an ego trip right now. Like, he's got his controller in one hand. Well, actually, he has his controllers in both hands, right? But he has his dick vibrating on the back of the controller, just, you know, stroking himself while he plays.
And what you just saw in that clip was a small sample size of the BS that Fight Night's finest had to go through when he was just trying to have a good, honest, blue-collar, clean, and fair fight with an 82 overall fighter, mind you, with a 10-point disadvantage. And you still want to behave like that. And what's even more telling is he showed such bitch-made behavior when Fight Night's finest tried to ask him for a rematch on more equal footing. And he ran and ducked and tucked his tail like a bitch. Like, I can't believe you would do something like that. Just so that way you can fulfill your ego to make you feel good about doing something that you shouldn't, that no one even cares about. Like, what kind of achievement do you get from that? And it's even sad because that actually counts towards your top 5 all-time record, that you beat Fight Night's finest at a 10-point disadvantage and wants to tell and gloat and all of that crap about it. And people want to always know why I use burner accounts. It's because of people like him. Because of people like Iron Ambition, a top 5 all-time great, who probably knows who Fight Night's finest was and then proceeds to go out of his way to try to humiliate him in the worst way possible when he already was in an advantage that no one could overcome. If I were to fight him with Antonio Chavez, I would lose too. But my point is that he knew who he was up in there against and went out of his way to berate and try to humiliate him. And that's exactly what would happen to me if y'all fought me on my main account. I already know how you clowns in this community are, and I'm not gonna give any of y'all the benefit of the doubt. I'm just not. Especially when you see what happens to people like Fight Night's finest, who gets on his stream trying to have a good chill and good time, and then you get clowns like this. I got news for you. I'm a different type of person. I handle things a lot differently, and I don't always just play by the book. And I don't care, because I do things on my terms, my way. And what I like about this fight the most is you get to see a clash of 2 different types of egos. One ego who's grounded in reality, and another person's ego who's grounded in delusion. And my ego is getting the satisfaction of watching top 5 all-time greats like you crumble. And not just you, but a lot of people. And I get to see that happen in real time, when you don't realize that you're in there with a cold-blooded killer who's looking to rip your soul from your body. My favorite part about that experience that I love the most is it's when you find out, right after I take your soul from your body, that you're looking into the eyes of the Reaper himself. You're looking into the eyes of the man who sniped you. And then you have to realize that, damn, LX got me too. And whenever I see the reactions and I see you clowns cop pleas after so many rage quits and excuses, that part about that experience makes my dick rock solid hard. Oh, I love watching you backtrack, cop pleas, cop excuses when you do it to others. And it hits different when it comes right back at you tenfold. I love it. And I just want to put this out there that I will never fight you again. There's no amount of money in the world that anyone could offer me to beat your ass again when you act like that, and you're the reason why the Fight Night and esports boxing community is as toxic as it is. Now, I'm not saying I'm not any better, but what I am saying is when it's time to serve justice, I always answer the call. I watched a video the other day by Demigod Productions.
Rage quitting is for bitches.
I watched a video that he did that really hit home with me when he talked about rage quitting. And this is exactly what I mean by when I say we gotta make masculine, manly men great again. Because part of that is knowing when you can get better, how you can get better, where you can get better. It's the thrill of the competition and the integrity of the art of the competition. And that's lost today. And channels like mine exist to bring that kind of stuff back. Because how are you gonna sit here and disrespect an opponent who spent time, energy, money, effort to get good at the game, to learn the intricacies of the game, and then you cheat that person out of their win? I personally think in that regard, the internet is still in the wild, wild west when it comes to punishing these type of people. Now, in the lightest sentence, I think the lightest capital punishment someone should get for rage quitting is that they should be at least permanently banned from the internet. They should at least be getting out the paint ASAP, in the lightest sentence. Now, if you want to know what my personal idea of a good punishment for a rage quitter is, that would be to have 5 men drag him out back with baseball bats and knock a home run across his body repeatedly. My idea of a good punishment for rage quitters is watching their house get set on fire and their vehicle set on fire and watch it burn, like their souls burn when they decide to hit that quit button and remove that plug from the wall. My idea of punishing a rage quitter is watching them lose a limb each time that they rage quit. For every RQ, you lose a finger. And if you don't have any more fingers, you start with toes. No more toes, then hey, your third leg's got to go. And I said what I said. And I don't care what anybody's opinion has to say, and if you're a snowflake who doesn't like it, then you can fuck off too. And to the number 5th ranked of all time fighter, Iron Ambition, honestly, you really do deserve to lose your masculinity. So maybe you need to go ahead and find the nearest butcher knife and go ahead and take care of that. And if I knew you personally, I would be glad to take care of it for you if you get my drift. So we're gonna cut straight to this fight so that way you can see exactly what this piece of shit does when he gets in there with the real killer. Let's roll the footage.
Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the famed Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where so many great fights have gone on through the years. For tonight's main event, 10 rounds of heavyweights. Boy, and we expect this to be a big night of action. We spoke with both fighters yesterday. Fireworks anticipated here tonight. Let's see. Mike Tyson's making his way to the ring now, and he looks very focused for this fight. He's really keyed in for this one. You can see it as he makes his walk to the ring. Well, it's very easy to see here. You have one fighter who has a distinct advantage in terms of the reach. What do you have to do when you're fighting a guy who you know can bring that long arm out and get there before you can?
Joe, there's two ways to deal with a taller fighter. One is the traditional way. Just tuck up, get a good defense, and make sure you start working your way in. Slip the punch, take that height advantage away. Bring your legs. The other is to step out, believe it or not. Elicit the taller guy to give up his height. Make him come to you.
Good fundamental work, landing the 1-2 there. He just missed that shot up top. Oh, and there he lands the right hand well. He's jumping all over him now. Big shot there. Big uppercut from and he's down.
So this is what the fist of a top 5 fighter of all time feel like. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You're about to swim in the deep water. I just want you to know that this is gonna be the very beginning of a very long night for you. You're gonna have to make a choice, bitch. Either you're gonna choose to swim in that deep water, or you're gonna have to choose to drown. Get your bitch ass up and make a choice, cause justice is about to get served.
So now the question
I'm gonna
becomes,
embarrass
after
you.
that knockdown,
It's
after
hammer
that,
time.
How does he survive?
Joe, one of the ways he survives is if he's been taught. Have good habits. Have good fundamentals been put there. You're going to find out right now. He needs them right now.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Way to hit the target there. Jab uppercut. Has a nice left hand from Mike Tyson. Last 10 seconds of this first round. End of that round.
I'm Michael Jordan. Monologue restaurants have given me this time to talk to you about something we both really care about, kids. Kids are the reason Monologue sponsors their Get It Straight program, a national drug awareness effort. Monologue is so concerned about this problem, you won't be seeing their usual commercials during this show because Monologue believes it deserves your undivided attention. Now I'd like to speak just to the kids for a moment. Unfortunately, when people like myself, your teachers or your parents try to talk to you about drugs, you think we're preaching at you, and sometimes it turns you off. Though I never used drugs, when people try to tell me things for my own good, it turned me off too. But I found out something. Even though they haven't experienced what you're experiencing now, a lot of that preaching was worth it. Because when it comes to drugs, experience is not the best teacher, but growing up is a very good teacher. That's what this program is all about. Living long enough to grow up. Think about this. Many of you using drugs out there now are under 18. Do you realize that at 18 you have lived only 1/4 of your life? When you're using drugs, you're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be. And believe me, if you don't use drugs, you can just about be anything you want to be. When I was 18, my future was just a dream. But if I'd been on drugs, that dream would have never come true. Listen, you got at least 3/4 of your life to go. That's 3 more lifetimes to you. So don't blow it. Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help. As long as I want you to give yourself a chance to find out all the wonderful things you really can be. And so do I.
If I ever see you again, I'm gonna whip your ass.
to a fresh start right now. That last round, he was really shook up, but he looks to be steady on his feet here. Good block there by Mike Tyson. Able to dismiss it. The last thing either guy wants to be here, Teddy, is one-dimensional.
The last thing you want to be in anything to be successful is one-dimensional. I mean, if you're a comedian, you don't want to be saying the same jokes all the time. Your crowd's not going to be there. Well, your opponent is going to be there all night long if you do the same thing.
You can see him timing that double jab to the head. 90 seconds to go here in this round. Oh, you see him with the left of the head there. Good defensive skill.
Hands up, hands up.
Nice combination. Throwing more than one. Both scored there. Some fine fundamentals. Good counter punch.
Nice mousetrap there. He let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese. He used distance.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Last 10 seconds. Joe and Teddy with you here in between rounds. A round in which, boy, he really just dominated his opponent. Teddy, he's got to think things could be coming to a sensational ending for him when he gets off the stool here.
Well, he's showing that to you right now. I'm looking at him right now, and he's starting to get up. There's a couple of seconds left. There's probably 5 seconds left before he has to get up, and he's getting up early. That shows you right what you're talking about. He's chomping at the bit. He's confident.
A barrage of punches now. There's a nice left hand able to get in. Blocks away that headshot. Good right hand. Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the other side. Nice work, the left hand to the head. Showing you some defense there with the block. Tyson's going to think about the next time he throws a punch because he just got hit by a good solid counter. Great job of protecting himself. He's keeping his guard up very, very well. Teddy, does it help to have the speed that he has?
Oh, sure. Anytime you have speed and you can put it into the equation where whatever you're doing, it has to be technically right, but now you put speed, you're doing it even better. You're doing it at a higher level.
That hook was well off the mark. He scored well after being hit himself. 10 seconds to go in this third round. He missed with that headshot. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Well, I think this is a fairly even fight, Teddy. As we look at your scorecard, that's the way you have it as we begin round number 4.
Well, it's been a battle of jabs, to be honest with you, Joe. And until one guy shows that his jab is bilingual, it's going to stay close. And what I mean by that, if one guy shows that his jab can do more than speak just English, maybe a little Spanish, you know, maybe a little bit of this language where he hooks off and he does more things, that guy is going to separate himself.
Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
And now he scores well with a straight right. Oh, he is absolutely affected by that right hand. Never saw it coming. Worst kind of right hand you can catch. He should tie up here. Good flush shot upstairs. There's the old 1-2. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Well, he may be in bad shape, but all of a sudden, he's able to avoid punches and survive.
You know, boxing is a funny business. It's a metaphor for life. You know, sometimes you have somebody outside and they don't say what they want to say. They have to have a drink, a little alcohol to start saying the things that are on their mind. Sometimes a fight is no different. You know, he gets hurt, and now all of a sudden all his inhibitions are gone, and now he's doing all the things he's supposed to do because he's not thinking about anything except the things he should have been thinking about. It's automatic.
And that's the end of round 4. So a new round is underway here, but will it be just where we left off? Remember, the bell rang in that last round to keep this fight going. It was taking a beating.
Yeah, well, I hope that he watched some Houdini movies. I really do, because he's going to have to do a Houdini to get out of this.
Carries that punch intended for the head. Well-placed left hand there. Gets rid of that effort.
Come on!
Well, he's got the attitude. Something's got to stick. He fires off the combination, and they both do. Targeting the uppercut, and it worked. Mike Tyson's head movement is really a factor in this fight. I mean, who would have thought it? Just one of the aspects of defense could be such a big key to this fight right now.
Yeah, it is, and his opponent right now is not making adjustments. Matter of fact, he's starting to drown himself because he's going more and more head hunting, and the more he does it, the more he misses, the more frustrated he gets, the more tired he gets. He needs to make a change. Downstairs to the place that's not moving, down to the body.
Iron Mike with an iron right. In and out! In and out! Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Scored well up top. Good job, buddy. Unload! Not able to land the headshot. Keep moving. Keep moving. Good return fire that time. We've reached the halfway point of this battle. Real good fight here. Tough to get a sense of who's really up. I can see making an argument for either guy, but that's a testament to both guys and what they've been willing to bring to this battle tonight.
Yeah, and what it's a testament to, Joe, is that it's an enjoyable fight. After a while, you don't even concentrate on who's up. All you know is you're enjoying every bit of it.
And there he is scoring with the right hand. Oh, what an uppercut. Banking away a body shot with the right hand. So accurate. Jab, uppercut combination. Mike Tyson blocking that punch. That worked out really well. Throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Halfway through round 6. He fires off the combination there and it lands. Tyson's banged by an uppercut. Tyson's once again the target of a hook. Teddy, he did a smart thing right there. Just created enough space and then landed the counterpunch.
Looked like the will of the wisps, the old great Willie Peck. Made him miss, made him pay.
Mike Tyson's way off the mark. That punch didn't have a chance. Nice blocked by Mike Tyson. Good accuracy with that uppercut. Working our way towards the bell. Last 10 seconds of the sixth. End of the round of what has been a very close and highly competitive fight. Teddy, how do you see this right now?
I see it almost dead even, because in these kind of tight rounds, if you finish up good, the judges remember that.
A crushing two-punch combo by Mike Tyson. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. Parries that punch away. He got all into that one. That was a solid uppercut. Jab, uppercut, both upstairs. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Watch that punch. Look at that combination by Mike Tyson. A little something for Mike Tyson, hurt by a big shot. I don't know what was said to him in the corner, but now he's the busier man.
And he needs to be before any more time goes by.
Tyson's jab can do so much there. He used it well that time. Good left hand able to land. Nice combination, landing more than one. Both were able to score. Coming towards the end of the seventh round, 10 seconds to go.
You're going down.
Round number 8, we look at Teddy's scorecard. He is up on your scorecard, Teddy. He's been working more. Is it as simple as just keeping that pace up, or does he need to do something more than that?
No, I think that so far it's about that. But you asked the right question, but he doesn't need to do anything different.
Why?
Because his opponent is cooperating with him. His opponent has to do something different. He needs to start chucking back. If that happens, then he's got to be a little smarter with his punching.
That's a solid right hand by Mike Tyson. Really wanted that uppercut, but just couldn't get it. A good block by Mike Tyson.
Oh, keep your feet moving.
The halfway point of round number 8.
Let's see some more head movement.
And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon.
Watch that.
Unable to score with the uppercut that time. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. That is exactly what the corner wants to see. A good combination punch by Mike Tyson. Good looking right hand after he got hit. Last 10 seconds of the 8th round. He has found his groove with this right hand.
I'm gonna embarrass you.
The end to another very entertaining. Good action throughout. We'll see if it keeps up in this round of what has been a very even fight. Very nice defensive guard there. target there. He gets away from that punch. And Tyson with a block punch. And you see how he just set the table for that right hand after the jab. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is in the counter punch.
Well, the old times used to say when you're calm in there, when you're controlling there, you can make him do what you want. He made him tie his shoelaces right there.
Eddie, when you've been in the corner in your career and you have a charge who is not making a lot of contact, what do you tell him?
The first thing I tell him, Joe, is shorten up your punches a little bit. The other thing I tell him is he's making you miss, so you know what? Feint him a little.
There it is! Once again, he goes down. Can he survive this?
Yeah, that's right, Pizzan. What happened to all that time you were doing now, clown? Your D-pad still works, don't it? That's what I thought. I told you that time was coming. You was gonna have to swim in that deep water, bitch. What you gonna do? You gonna stay down and let me pull your pants down? Squeeze your penis until it motherfucking bursts? Rip it clean off? And then fuck you right in the hole that's left of it? I'm gonna make a vagina out of you today, bitch.
So he is able to get up to it.
Being an all-time great means nothing when you're looking into the eyes of an all-time killer. I've been waiting for this moment to watch your body lay lifeless, soulless, as I rip you out from limb. Are you ready to die, bitch? This is the moment where you die.
Please stop beating the shit out of me. My ego can't take this anymore. Please stop. Please leave me alone.
Feet after that knockdown, but Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
We're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
Tyson's been stuck. Did you see that? Of course, Mike Tyson has a history with being down, not necessarily.
See, I knew I was right about you.
Like the first knockdown.
Soon as it was time to go swim in that deep water, you got the hell up out of there like a bitch. You're a top 5 fighter of all time, and you couldn't even take a knockout. You couldn't stand to see that replay play right back at you 3 times, could you? You couldn't stand the fact that you saw yourself get knocked to hell and back. You couldn't stand to see yourself in trouble. You couldn't stand to see yourself in a state of fear. And not only that, but you've also violated Xbox Live terms and conditions. With all this rage quitting going on, I'm going to put a stop to this because you're going to be reported. Justice will be served. Just like I served you an ass whooping on a silver platter. You're supposed to be a top 5 all-time great of all time in this game. And you just got caught rage quitting red-handed. This is the state of esports boxing that we're at today. We're at the point where top 5 all-time leaderboard fighters can't even take their losses like a man. Went straight to the Xbox dashboard like a pussy. I can't wait until the next boxing game drops so that way I can single-handedly make it my goal to make sure each and every one of you rage quitters receives a permaban, not just off of Xbox Live, but off of the internet entirely. Because I'm exposing you clowns one by one. Oh, I can't wait to upload this on YouTube because I'm about to make your bitch ass famous. I'm a motherfucking thug.
Iron Ambition, you have a complaint submitted against you for violating the Xbox Live Code of Conduct. You have been reported for rage quitting like a punk-ass bitch. Your reference reference number is R67923CX5GOKYSKYSKYSKYSKYSKYSKYS771. Goodbye.